I want to ask you about a different document.
Go ahead.
As some politicians around the country try to erase Black history, you're making sure people don't forget vital parts of our past.
Yeah.
This film was then very personal to you.
Oh, as having started in the 40s and move up. And how many times did I see Black people in the movies? And if I did see them, what were they doing?
Yeah, they were servants. They were always. I know it's appalling.
I can give you the name.
If you watch old movies, Betty Davis movies, are particularly, even though she's great,
It's the period.
It's not her fault. It's the
movies
period.
were made.
It's
just
upsetting
what they
to
were
watch.
doing.
Tell you the
Well,
truth.
it shouldn't be that way
It
because
is.
somebody did make money.
Yeah.
You know, I don't think there is an issue of race in Hollywood. Hollywood is colorblind.
Really thought they could get away with this. Morgan Freeman, a Hollywood legend with one of the most respected careers in the industry, sat down for what should have been an insightful and powerful interview. But leave it to The View to turn it into an absolute train wreck. Instead of focusing on his incredible legacy, they derailed the conversation with pointless chatter, awkward tension, and a painfully obvious agenda. But here's where it gets good. Freeman wasn't having any of it. When they tried baiting him into their usual divisive nonsense, he shut it down instantly. And to top it all off, the segment was mysteriously cut short, leaving viewers outraged. So, what really went wrong? Why did this interview go off the rails? And how did Morgan Freeman effortlessly put them in their place? We've got all the details. Stay tuned because you're going to love this one.
I'm one of those people who's very, very interested in this subject, life on the planet. You understand that today, life on the planet is in a little bit of trouble. And we're the cause of it.
That's right.
If we don't hurry up and change our ways, there's going to be a cataclysmic event.
Let's set the stage. Morgan Freeman wasn't there for small talk. He was on The View to promote his groundbreaking Netflix documentary, Life on Our Planet. But this wasn't just another doom and gloom documentary warning that the world is ending unless we panic. No, Freeman's film takes a refreshing, level-headed approach, showing how Earth has been evolving, adapting, and surviving catastrophic events for millions of years, long before humans even arrived. But of course, Joy Behar couldn't let that slide. The second Freeman started steering the conversation toward facts instead of fear, she jumped in with one of her infamous interruptions. And trust me, you'll want to hear exactly what went down next.
We're not talking about human beings here. We're talking about the planet.
Yeah.
She'll stay.
Yeah.
Well, it's tenacious if we would just leave it alone. Leave it alone. And the human interruption of all of that is what's causing all the problems. I hope that it's not too late. But let me ask you this, dear. Did seeing the rise and fall of all these species, because some are coming in too, right? And many are leaving the planet. Did that change your perspective on life?
My perspective on life, I don't think it changed my perspective. It just enhanced it. Because for a long time now, I've been listening to what they say about, I drive an electric car.
Oh, but Morgan Freeman wasn't about to let this slide. You could see the smirk as he subtly mocked Joy's over-the-top climate alarmism, and it was glorious. Let's be real, the fear-mongering has gotten out of control. Remember back. In 2019, when 11,000 scientists warned of untold suffering unless we obeyed their grand plan. High carbon taxes, cutting out meat, and, get this, population control. So basically, we should live like cavemen while elites fly private jets and lecture us for existing. And if you so much as think about grilling a steak, oh, they lose it. Drop a like if you're firing up the grill tonight. But just when you thought it couldn't get worse, Sunny Hostin jumped in with the most ridiculous question. And trust me, this one's a doozy.
I want to ask you about a different document.
Go ahead.
As some politicians around the country try to erase Black history, you're making sure people don't forget vital parts of our past, including this documentary that you executive produced called 761st Did I get that right? Yeah, 761st Tank Battalion, the original Black Panthers. About the first Black battalion to fight in World War II.
First Black Armored Battalion.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you served in the Air Force. I know that. This film was then very personal to you.
Oh, yes, having started in the 40s and move up. And how many times did I see black people in the movies? And if I did see them, what were they doing?
Yeah, there were servants.
Servants.
They were always. I
Yeah.
know it's appalling.
I can give you the name.
If you watch old movies, Betty Davis movies are particularly, even though she's great, and
It's the period
it's not her
of time
fault.
that
It's
the
the
movies were
period.
made.
It's
It's just
upsetting
what they
to
were
watch.
doing.
Tell you the
Well,
truth.
it shouldn't be that way
It
because
is.
somebody did make money,
Yeah.
you know.
You've got Morgan Freeman in the room, and that's what you ask. No surprise, The View tried scrubbing this episode from YouTube, but lucky for us, the Wayback Machine never forgets. Clearly, they didn't want the world to see their narrative fall apart. If Sunny had done her homework, she'd know that Freeman has always believed that Black history is American history, but that didn't fit the agenda. And Joy? She looked more offended than people who've actually faced discrimination. Her expression when Freeman shut her down? Pure gold. Then Whoopi jumped in, and, well, you already know how that went.
That's the time. Now look at today, things, we're always in flux.
Yeah.
Always.
But we've always been here,
Yeah,
fluxing out.
flux. Exactly.
I had a question, but we run out of time. Listen, this is extraordinary, this doc.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I agree.
Making
And of course, the classic, oh, we're out of time. Excuse. Maybe it was real, but let's be honest. The way they wasted Freeman's time was unbelievable. Lesser guests have gotten double the airtime, but for a legend like Freeman, 6 minutes. And they filled it with nothing. No real questions, just nonsense. Then they deleted the evidence. But don't worry. Freeman got the last word. In a must-see clip from the Oxford Union, he shuts down everything Sunny and Joy got wrong.
I don't think there is an issue of race in Hollywood. Somewhere back there in the 70s, the decision was made by almost all and sundry that we have to start open casting. Now, if you look on television, you pretty much see the range of cultural, that's not the right word because we all belong to the same culture. Anyway, but you see everybody. And I think that Hollywood learned in the 70s, here's reality. Isaac Davis directed a movie called Cotton Comes to Harlem. It made hundreds of millions of dollars. And of course, Hollywood is colorblind. It only sees green.
You see the amount of wisdom the man shares if you ask him the right questions and let him speak?
When you ask Morgan Freeman the right questions and actually let him speak, the wisdom he shares is nothing short of legendary. He's witnessed decades of Hollywood history, seen it all, and he knows exactly what's up. But of course, The View had to ruin the golden opportunity to hear from a true icon. Classic mainstream media fumble. Now, I want to hear your thoughts. Was this The View's biggest mistake yet? Or were they just too scared of what Freeman had to say? Drop your opinions in the comments below. And if you love this video, don't forget to share it with your friends. It really helps get the word out. Thanks for watching, and make sure to hit that notification bell because I'll see you in the next one.